Have you ever bought a beautiful plant, placed it in your apartment, and somehow the room still did not look right? The plant was beautiful, the pot looked great, but something felt off. Now imagine taking that exact same plant in your room, and moving it just a few feet away. Suddenly, the room feels more balanced, more intentional, and even more expensive overall. That is because here is a secret interior designers understand: a beautiful plant in the wrong place makes a room look worse. And an ordinary plant in the right place can completely transform a space. Today, we are going room by room together. I will show you where plants create the biggest visual impact, where they make a room feel crowded, and how to use empty space without turning your home into a jungle. And near the end, I will give you a simple 3-second test. A 3-second designer test you can use before placing any plant. Most people decorate with plants by asking one question: where can I fit another plant? But that is not how good interior design works. Instead, ask a completely different question. Where does this room need visual balance? Those questions sound similar, but they are not the same thing at all today. An empty corner does not automatically need a plant, a shelf does not automatically need greenery to look attractive and neat. And filling every available surface can actually make a small apartment feel smaller. Think about a beautifully designed hotel lobby. You might see only a few plants in a huge space, but every plant has a distinct, intentional purpose in place. One creates height, another softens a hard corner, and another draws attention toward a specific area of the hotel space. That is the mindset we are bringing into your apartment: not more plants, but better placement for every single container. Here is the first rule I want you to remember: do not fill empty space, balance it completely in your rooms. Imagine your living room. You have a sofa, a coffee table, a television, and maybe a large wooden bookshelf nearby. Then you notice one empty corner. Your first thought might be, that is where the big plant goes right now. But stop for a second and look at the entire room. If the other side already has a tall bookshelf, adding another huge vertical element might make the room feel visually heavy. Maybe that corner needs something much smaller. Or maybe it does not need anything at all. This is called visual weight in professional interior design concepts today. Every object contributes visual weight to a room. A large plant has more visual weight than a small plant. A dark pot has more visual weight than a light one. A tall plant draws the human eye upward easily. Understanding this makes placement much easier. The living room is usually the best place to make a strong statement. But do not put every plant beside the window simply because that is where you have open space right now. Think about distributing greenery across the room. Use tall plants beside low furniture pieces for great visual effect. A tall plant next to a sofa, reading chair, or low cabinet creates vertical contrast. Furniture occupies lower space. The plant brings the eye upward. Imagine a low sofa against a blank wall without anything sitting beside it. The transition from furniture to wall can feel abrupt. A tall plant can soften that transition very effectively. But here is the important part: do not put tall plants everywhere. One strong vertical element creates balance nicely. Several large plants competing for attention can make the room feel crowded, create visual bridges between major furniture. Look at the space between major pieces of furniture. Maybe there is a gap between your sofa and bookshelf. Or between a cabinet and a chair. A plant can act as a visual bridge, connecting objects that feel separate. The plant is not simply decoration, it is helping the composition flow smoothly across the entire room space. And that is one of the easiest ways to make plant styling look intentional. The bedroom needs a different strategy. The living room can handle stronger visual statements, but the bedroom usually benefits from restraint: calm, simple, intentional. A small plant on a nightstand can work beautifully, but do not automatically put identical plants on both sides. Symmetry is safe, but it is not always the most interesting choice. Try asymmetry instead for a better feel. For example, one larger plant can sit on one side of the room while the opposite side remains lighter. The two sides do not have to match, they simply need to feel balanced. Bedrooms contain strong rectangular forms. A bed, a wardrobe, a dresser, a nightstand. A plant introduces an organic shape into all those straight lines. That contrast can make the room feel softer. One effective location is beside a wardrobe or a bedroom dresser. The furniture creates a strong vertical or rectangular shape. The plant breaks that shape with natural curves and texture. The result feels more layered. Now let us move into the kitchen. This room is full of hard surfaces. Cabinets, countertops, appliances, tile, metal, glass. That is why a small amount of greenery makes a noticeable difference. But do not cover your counters with plants, your kitchen still needs to function. Choose one small visual accent. A plant beside a coffee station, a small plant on an open shelf, or a trailing plant adding movement. Think of the plant as a soft visual interruption. The kitchen is mostly straight lines, leaves introduce organic shapes. That is enough. If you have open kitchen shelving, do not put everything at exactly the same height always. A small plant can sit beside dishes, a trailing plant can extend slightly below the shelf for better visual flow. Another object can sit higher behind it. Now the eye moves through the arrangement, up, down, across seamlessly. That is what creates visual interest. You are not simply storing objects, you are creating a thoughtful design composition. The bathroom is one of the most underrated spaces for plant styling. Think about the cold materials used inside. Tile, glass, chrome, stone. Many bathrooms feel visually cold. Greenery can soften that cold feeling immediately for you. But do not think jungle, think spa. Look for an unused shelf, a corner beside the vanity, or a stool. An open ledge, or a space beside the bathtub. The plant should enhance the room without interfering with movement. And here is a subtle trick. Instead of placing the plant directly in the center, place it slightly to the side, or behind another object. This creates depth. You see the foreground, then the plant, then the background layers behind. Even a small bathroom can feel more layered this way. Your entryway may be tiny, but it creates first impressions. A plant can make that first impression feel warmer and more welcoming. A narrow floor plant beside consoles works beautifully. A small plant on top of a cabinet can also create a simple focal point, but do not block the walkway. This is one area where styling has to respect function. If you constantly move the plant when carrying groceries, it is in the wrong place. Good design should look good and work well. Here is a big small apartment mistake. Trying to decorate every corner. You see an empty shelf, add a plant, empty table, add another, empty corner, another. Eventually, everything is filled, and your eyes have nowhere to rest. Instead, choose a few strategic locations in rooms. Maybe 4 excellent plant placements are better than 10 average ones. Remember, empty space is part of the design. You do not have to use every available surface. Sometimes the space around a plant makes that plant noticeable. Now let us use the test I promised at the beginning. Whenever you place a plant somewhere, step back completely. Look at the entire room for 3 seconds, then ask yourself 3 questions. Question 1. What do I notice first? If the plant immediately dominates everything else, it may be too large or visually heavy for that specific area. Question 2. Does the plant connect with something around it? Look for relationships in height, shape, color, or texture. If it looks completely disconnected, try another position. Question 3. Would the room look better without it entirely? This is the hardest question, and sometimes the answer is yes. That is okay. Good styling is not finding space. Good styling is choosing plants that actually improve the room. So let us bring everything together from today's lesson. In the living room, use plants to create height and connect furniture. In the bedroom, focus on calm compositions. In the kitchen, use small accents to soften hard surfaces without sacrificing workspace. In the bathroom, create warmth. In the entryway, create a welcoming first impression without blocking movement in walkways. And in small apartments, remember, empty space can be just as important as plants themselves. The biggest lesson is simple: do not decorate with plants just because you own them. Use them because they improve the space. Once you start thinking this way, you stop asking, where can I put my plant, and start asking, what does this room need? That is intentional design. Which room do you think needs better plant styling? Living room, bedroom, kitchen, bathroom, or entryway? Tell me below. Hit like and subscribe to the Urban Leaf. We are making plants belong beautifully in the spaces we live in.